There was a moment when the Fraser Valley's dairy industry feared all would be lost. Evacuating the 23,000 cows surrounded by rising floodwaters was an impossible feat. They're using trucks, the army, and anybody else willing to help. 6,000 cows were moved out.
I basically don't know a farmer who hasn't taken in some animals through this, so there's a smattering of cattle everywhere right now.
The rest were brought to high ground to wait out the storm, while only a fraction succumbed to the elements.
When I heard the 500 number, I felt relief, honestly, as a farmer. And as we're going through it, it sounds like perhaps it's even lower than that.
The waters may slowly be receding, but the crisis for more than 800 farms that are still under an evacuation order remains. Hardest hit appears to be the chicken industry.
We're just shifting from response to recovery. We're hoping that by early next week, we'll just be in full recovery mode.
Initial reports suggest 97% of the chickens in the evacuation zone survived, which Mark Seaman attributes to their quick response and more than a few helping hands. When moving out hundreds of thousands of chickens proved to be a logistical nightmare, farmers enlisted all the help they could get to keep their barns dry and the birds warm. Many fed their chickens by hand. Hundreds of thousands still died.
There were farmers down there, they lost everything and ran over to the neighbor's farm to help him save it. They've lost everything, their home, their livelihood, it's gone. They're starting from scratch.
What's been communicated to me by the farmers is that those numbers are, they don't want to think about the numbers. They don't want to hear those numbers. They're very focused on moving ahead.
But it won't be easy. With roads still washed out, the supply chain could take weeks or even months to recover.
14% of our provincial production comes from the Sumas Prairie. And some of that is already being picked up again, so that's heartening.
There's no question the floods were and continue to be a disaster, but it could have been far worse if the farming community hadn't rallied together. Mike Drolet, Global News, Abbotsford, BC.